Today, I'll discuss an interesting PM interview question. The question is, how would you measure the success of Airbnb? Before anything else, find out our PM interview question preparation ebook containing 50 plus real product interview question. You can find the link in the description box. So as usual, first let's understand about Airbnb. What is the value proposition of Airbnb and what is the business model of Airbnb so that we have a clarity about the product, right? So Airbnb is a marketplace which connect people who want to rent out their property with the people who are looking for some accommodation for a shorter duration. So the aim of Airbnb is to provide a home-like or local experience to the people so that they get a flavor of that place where they are traveling. So this is the uber goal of Airbnb. Now that we know what's the goal of Airbnb, it is important for us to know about its main stakeholders and what is the value Airbnb is providing to them, right? Until unless we are not able to identify the right value provided to the stakeholder, it will be very difficult for us to define those metrics for success. So there are three stakeholders involved: guest, host, and Airbnb itself. For guest, getting the successful accommodation with their preferences or needs is the most important value which Airbnb is providing. For host, being able to successfully rent out their property to a lot of guests so that they can make money out of it. This is the most important value that they are seeking from Airbnb. And for Airbnb itself, getting a lot of successful booking on their platform is the utmost important because they will get a commission or a cut out of it. So these are the values that are provided to different stakeholders by Airbnb marketplace. So what is the intersection of the value? What is one thing that is of interest of all the stakeholders, be it guest, host, or Airbnb? It is successful bookings, right? Successful booking is something which all stakeholders will care about because more booking completion means more earning to host, means more earning to Airbnb. Guests are also getting timely accommodation according to their preferences. So this is the intersection of the value. So what do you think the North Star metric should look like? The North Star metric should lie in the middle of the intersection of the value provided to them. Now I think it's pretty clear. The North Star metric would be number of successful night bookings per day. That is number of successful nights that are getting completed per day. This is the North Star metric, right? But we need to break it down further into different L0 metric, which would define the levers of North Star metric. These levers will help you to come up with some L1 metrics also, which are also very important. So the North Star metric can be broken down into daily active users, by users I mean guest, multiply number of listing browsed per users, multiply by successful nights completion per listing. That is our conversion. Now, if you see the first term, it will tell you the demand side of thing, right? The second term will tell you the supply side of thing, and the third term will tell you the conversion side of thing. These levers will define the success of Airbnb. Uptake in any of the metric will move the needle in the North Star metric, as you can understand by this definition. Once we have identified the L0 metrics as a lever of North Star metric, it is time to break it down into further L1 metric. For the demand side of things, we will see some of the metric like month on month user growth. We will also see repeat users, which will tell you if users are finding the value compelling enough to repeat on the platform. Last, we'll also see some of the user churn. That means users who have used once but are not using now. They have churned from the platform. It can be 90 days churn or 1 month churn, however we can define it. For the supply side of thing, we will see some of the metrics like active host on the platform. We will also see active listings per host. Some of the other metric we will see is the active listing growth, right? Active listing growth. Also the host churn rate. These will be some of the critical metric to check the health of the supply side. Hope you are able to get it the supply side of it. Now let's move further. From the conversion aspect, we will see some of the L1 metric. The metric would be average fare per night because it is one of the critical decision for the conversion. We will also see average user rating for the listings. Why it is important? Because if it is going down month on month, that means users are not liking it. We'll also check some of the users cancellation or the host cancellation rate. These will also a important metric to track. Now let's see some of the counter metrics to check. They are also very important to track because they will help us to track the negative metrics so that we can improve our user experience in future, right? So the first metric that we will see is the number of reported booking for negative experience or booking with some escalation, because after every booking we can report some issue. So booking with reports or some escalation will be some of the counter metric which I'll track. The second metric which I'll track is the number of active listings on the platform which has less than 2 user rating. This is also an important metric to track. Why it is important metric to track? Because this will tell you the what is the stale or the low quality supply on our platform, right? That is where it is very important to track. Now there is a metric evaluation question for you guys. Please answer the question in the comment section. Suppose the conversion is going down, but the number of active listings are going up. Give me at least 3 hypotheses for this to happen, right? You can always give some easy hypothesis right away, but I want at least 3 hypotheses. So take it as a homework question. I hope you have learned something new from this video. I will meet you into the next one. Till then, keep learning and keep watching.